All right, so I know LeBron's done his homework. So I know he knows this action here, right? So this could be a good counter that we could run, call out the play, make everything look exactly the same. But now as this takes place, Bane comes down and comes about to about that mid free throw line area here and sets a screen, not on LeBron, but sets a screen right here in the center, because from here I can now pop back right to the top of the key for a jump shot. And if Bane stops right there in the middle, he gets in LeBron's path of being able to close out to me. So we could run this action again, call it the same play, make everything look the same, but amongst ourselves, we know we have a counter. LeBron's got a zone up here in the middle. He's eyeing the ball. So now here I come trotting down here. I see that happen. Here comes Baines. I pop right back to the center. That should be a jump shot. Now here on this catch, I see he's shooting a gap. So right now I should be able to recognize that he has a good lane on me to be able to contest this jumper. So that's what I should take, one dribble and get here in this pocket next to Baines. Get right in that pocket, right? Just pump fake, take one dribble here in this pocket, and now I'm hiding from JR, right? Because right here I'm in his line of sight, but if I take one bounce up, now I'm hiding from him in that pocket. Baines needs to just rim run here. He doesn't need to come over here. I'm already coming full speed, right? You should be able to recognize that Kevin is zoning up here on my drive. Therefore, where he needs to go to space. So he needs to go behind Kevin Love. Here he takes a look, sees Love is zoning up here on my drive. Now he needs to slide down in this area here, because you know Thompson's not going to leave Horford. So now if he slides behind Kevin Love here in transition in this particular situation, because I'm pushing the ball, I'm ahead of the defense. Brown's got to stay with Terry. Hill's chasing me. Green's chasing me. All right, so now I'll make this attack to Kevin. Baines slides down here. Now Kevin has to make a decision. He's going to pick me up, or he's going to pick up Baines at the rim. All right, we just got to work on our timing here. Me and Terry just got to get together and work on our timing on this. All right, this is a great opportunity here. Now, if we know what the coverage is going to be, he just holds the ball here. Just hold it, keep it in that left hand, just hold it. He turns his back here, now he loses sight of that open area right here, right? That could be a bounce pass right in between the two, right? Because they have nobody here on his backside to cover that, right? So we run the same play. Just hold that position, just hold that ball. Here you go. Keep your dribble. Don't turn your back, right? Just bounce that ball right in through there. That should be a dunk. All right, that should be a dead giveaway. If I'm closing out here, I have to look at the feet. Now, if I take a look at LeBron's right foot, notice how his right foot is behind his left. That's an indicator that he's not going to shoot that ball, because he can't shoot the ball from that position. He's not on balance, right? So in the closeout, the first thing I'm checking for is the feet, because from there, I know it's a dead giveaway. He's driving, right? I look at the position of his feet and where he's angling his body. That's a dead giveaway to me that he's going to go to his left, which is where he prefers to drive. That means I got to cut this angle off here, even if it's just for a split second. So on that closeout here, what I need to do is move up this direction for a split second, because when I move up to that area there to cut off that driving lane, that just slows him up for a split second. It makes him think about it, right? It stops him in his tracks. It stops his momentum. And then I can collect him and gather him, and the play stabilizes. But the first thing I need to do is look at his feet. That's always a dead giveaway. Here. Whoop. Drive. So that means now I can be more under control. I know what these little giveaways are, and now I'm ready to go. But closing out like this, that big hop there, that ain't gonna get it done, right? I gotta chop my feet. I gotta stay low to the ground. If I come out hopping like this against this guy, nah, you can forget it. That's not gonna work. What happened here? I mean, how did they? They're supposed to do something different here? Are they not supposed to switch that? Why would Hill not switch that? I wonder if that's just a lack of communication, or is that the strategy for them to not switch that? Because they don't want to have Hill guard me on the post. All right, so it's one of two things. Either it's a lack of communication, or they don't want Hill defending me. If they don't want Hill defending me, I got to ask myself, well, why is that? They feel like that's something that we can attack. That's something that they feel is vulnerable because they don't want to make that switch. Maybe that's something I can look to go after if that's the case. All right, this is the right play to make right here. Sit down right here. Now, what I need to do is hold that base. But that's perfect position. So now where I lose it is when that right leg comes in. That right leg comes in like that. Now I lose the angle. Now Korver can circle me here. All right, and it makes that entry pass more difficult than it should be. Right. That's the only way he can stop this play. The only way he can thwart this play is by trying to get to the outside here over the right side where the ball is coming in. If he can get to the outside, then that makes that pass more difficult, right? Therefore, I have to make sure that he feels his only solution to stop this play is to go low side. Because if he goes low side, now I can seal him even more. That does nothing but bring me closer to being underneath the basket. If he goes high side, you can take that play away, right? So if I stay with this low center base here, keep that right foot where it should be, and now if he's trying to circle me around this way, I need to move my whole body up, almost like a defensive slide, right? Like a box out drill. I'm keeping him on my back and sliding up the lane. If he's circling this way, now I'm sliding up the lane. That's taking him completely out of the play and leaving this area wide open, which makes a very, very easy pass. All right, here I get myself in a really tough situation. All right, but, nonetheless, here I am. So this happens again. The best way to avoid this is by throwing the ball behind my legs and splitting these two. Because right now, I'm in trouble. I mean, it's a turnover waiting to happen. The only way to avoid that is to split them by taking that ball and throwing it behind my legs and splitting them that way and getting myself out of danger. And then I can make a play. Okay, here he goes underneath, right? I might want to stop behind that pick. If I stop right here and threaten the shot, now chances are Kyle's going to have to come back underneath here to try to contest that shot, right? And that just slows him up. So now then I can attack, or I give more time to be able to read this situation because here comes Terry circling up. So now if I can pump fake here, that holds Korver. Now I can dribble towards Terry and maybe fake a handoff to him, right? Maybe fake a handoff to him when now Jordan's unsure what's going to happen. Maybe he falls for the bait and continues to chase Rozier because he thinks I'm going to hand him the ball. And now I can continue to drive to the basket. But it all starts with hiding behind the screen. Korver goes under, I hide behind the screen. Now let's see what decision Korver makes from there. Jumper. He's out of balance right there. Here, boom, out of balance. Nance is extremely athletic, so he can recover pretty quickly. But still, as soon as I'm making this move, Morris has got to be on his horse. Because even though he seems open right here, Korver's sitting in that line to be able to close out to him. So on this attack here, he's got to slide down into that corner, right? And I got to be a little bit more patient, let this hole open up a little bit more, let this develop a little bit more. But yet still, here I am. And now look at Nance. Look at the angle that he has here, right? That's a pull-up jump shot that I don't recognize because I'm looking the opposite way. I'm not recognizing where my defender is. I mean, that's a layup. That is an absolute layup. Here we go. Do a good job with the body. Korver stunts, gets back out to Morris. That's a jump shot. Reverse. Now, as soon as I come here, the spin out is not the one. Right? If you look at Kyle's feet, how they're angled, he's actually giving me this line to the basket. As soon as I post up here, cut right there, pass over the top, boom. Now I finish at the rim. All right, so here we go. Here, there's his body. His weight is really squarely in my back, prohibiting me from spinning out, but he does open up the door in front of him, right? I can even clamp that arm. With my right hand, I can clamp his right arm and really take him out of the play. And now I make that cut to the rim. Right, now here it is late, but still the opportunity's there. All right, now that spin, I got to take my time one more. By taking my time, I mean the angle of the feet on the spin. That right leg is there. That spin needs to be tighter, right? But now he has his hand, he's shoving me in the back, which throws me off balance. But still, if I lower myself and make that spin tighter, so instead of that foot going out wide there, that foot goes here, right? I spin off real tight on Kyle, right? Because if I go out to the side this way, it gives him a chance to bump and recover, right? He can drop, see him drop. You know, it's funny, man. People feel like they can go at Kyle because they view him as being a weak defensive player, but he's actually not. He's not. He's smart. He understands angles. So he knows if he can shove me off of this spin here and force me to go horizontal, now he can drop here and cut off that angle and push me and use that baseline as another defender. Right? He knows he has LeBron coming on to help. Right? It's a very smart defensive play. But the way I can negate that is by keeping my angles very, very tight. Right? Being strong with my base, not allow him to shove me towards the baseline, but make a real tight spin around. And now I'm at that bucket. Gotta slow that one down. I know that in transition, Bron is always gonna let the ball handler go by him. He's always gonna let you go by him. Right? He's always gonna do this. He's gonna slow down, he's gonna let you go by him, and then he's gonna catch you at the rim. Right? So that means in this situation, we have to recognize this. This is Terry over here. This is me with the ball. Bron's here. We make this penetration. Terry's got to know that Bron's going to allow this to happen. Which he wants the opportunity to contest late at the rim. So that means when this happens, I need to slide all the way down here in the corner. And now, Terry slides all the way down in the corner, and now I can make that pass to Terry down in the corner for a shot. Cleveland, it's a massive emphasis for them to get back on defense, right? So this penetration here really needs to be a bait, because now I can pull everybody in, right? I have 4 defensive players here concerned about the action that's taking place. I have Horford trailing. Tristan's doing a great job, though, staying between me and Horford and plugging up that line. JR's doing a great job running and getting on the line of Tatum. LeBron is setting himself up to get a chase down block. Terry's got to make sure he's moving actively down here in the corner, and I got to be the one that's the bait, right? So I got to bait this drive here, and now I can find Terry here in the corner for a three. You know, George Hill is fantastic at this. He's been fantastic at this his whole career. He does a great job seeing the ball, great job stripping the ball. Right, so, you know, if you're going up in here against George Hill, I might want to move that ball out in front of me. Right, so where the ball is now, I want to move that ball out because I know he's going to swipe at it. So if I move that ball out, now he's swiping at my arms. And if I'm strong with the ball, he's going to hit my arms. And now I'm going to have a chance to go through his arms and try to convert on the three-point play action. But, you know, George is great at this, so I got to make sure I'm aware of that. Right, he's going to do this. Here he comes. Move that ball out. Get the foul. Right here. As soon as he's bringing the ball up, I got him early. Look how he's trailing behind me here. You know, Morris has got to get out of there sooner. Right, we know this action is coming. We know we want to go to me in the post. Morris has got to pull his guy out there immediately, much sooner. And see how Korver's behind me now. He's done now, right? I sit down, I start working him now in that post. Right, if I start doing my work early here, Kyle's going to fight back. Therefore, by him resisting and resisting me here, I'll probably end up with the ball here. If I start fighting him here at the block, I'll probably end up with the ball out here. Right? So if I do my work early here, I'll end up catching the ball in the paint or really close to it. But I have the opportunity right now to sit down, just like I had in transition on that play. I got to sit down, move my feet, keep Kyle on my back, do my work early. Gotta get off my heel, that left foot. Gotta get off my heel. All right, here we go. Here's the tag. All right, here comes the crowd. All right, I got Terry sitting here. Slide Tatum there. I got Morris cutting through the lane there. These are big gaps that I can look at. Right, but to open up the game for myself, I got to look to open it up for the others. I'm tacking here in the paint. Here we are. Here they come. Right, I got to recognize where are my teammates now. Right? Terry, Morris, Tatum sliding. You know, on the road, you have to make sure that we're all running together. Right? My speed here we go on the attack. You know, Cleveland's going to make a concerted effort to get back in transition, right? So they're going to build a wall. They're going to make sure everybody's back in the paint. They don't want to give us any fast break opportunities. Therefore, on this thrust, I got to make sure I have all my teammates are down with me in shooting positions. So when I collapse the defense, they're in position to shoot that ball or make a play for someone else. But gotta get everybody moving, everybody running. There we go. Got him on my back. Just keep him on your back. Just hold. Be patient. Just hold right here. Just hold right here. Now, in this situation, from this spot, I might want to back the ball down towards the baseline. Why? Because that puts Clarkson in a tough position. Because from here, it's close enough where he can dig in and dig out, right? But now if I back the ball down here towards the baseline, that creates a wider gap for him to have to come down here, right? It's too far. It's too far. Now that opened up space for me to either drive the ball towards the middle, or that opens up space for that cut. So now if I'm down here in the baseline, that's more room for him to make that cut where Jordan is not a threat to that cut. Again, this is a good counter for us to take a look at. Right, need a bucket in the fourth or something like that. Call the same play, call the same action. This time, hold Morris on that block right there. Right, everything looks the same, but let's hold Morris on that block. That's the one thing that's different. Why? Because Morris staying over there. Now I know Kyle's going to shortcut that play. So now as soon as he shortcuts that play, boom, I pop back right here for a jumper. Right, so, but the timing is important. So if I pop back right now, Kyle can still get there. If I slow down, I slow down. I stay right here. I go slowly. Let Kyle move below Horford. Now I pop back to that corner. That's a jump shot. And there's nobody there, right? Because Morris is holding over here on this block. That keeps LeBron occupied. That means this whole side is empty. Right? So that's a quick counter we could run to this action as well. If I was to go back and look at a player that did an amazing job in putting pressure on the defense at all times, it has to be Allen Iverson. His ability to get out and transition quick, his motor, the energy that he played with was second to none. And if I can put that same kind of pressure on the defense in transition in the open floor, where I can get to the rim, draw fouls, get to the rim, finish, get to the rim and draw plays for my shooters on the perimeter. There's a lot to be learned from AI in this situation and how I can use my speed to put that kind of pressure on the defense.